Okay, so this is like my third video on this channel. Um, yeah, it's my third video on this channel. I haven't really posted anything in a while, and I haven't been keeping track. I think I said I was gonna try to do that, or that was like one of the goals. So yeah, and I think the second video, the first video, I said that I'm like starting to make these videos or starting to make this content. I want to kind of get myself in track and kind of get up early and do all this, and I haven't been doing that. Now after that second video, if you haven't seen it, I kind of talked about like revealing doing a project car for my wife's 2000 Honda Accord. That hasn't happened. After that video, there was a couple things that happened. Pretty much about, I want to say, a couple weeks after that, like 2-3 weeks. Yeah. After that video that was posted, or maybe minimum a month, she got in a wreck. Wasn't her fault. It was the other person that was driving, and pretty much what happened was the other driver was kind of going into like this plaza, and there was incoming traffic. My wife was part of the incoming traffic, and that person kind of just went for it, and the like entrance to the plaza really dips down, and so she floored it, hit the brake, didn't make it, and then my wife hit her with the braking force. There wasn't no like lights or no signs. That person that was turning in had to yield and wait for the traffic. She didn't do that. She just kind of went for it. So the Accord got a front end damage. The rad support got bent in. One side is like in by like 1.5 inches, almost 2 inches. The other one's about 1 inch. Wasn't that bad. I'm gonna put up pictures. It was kind of bad, but nothing mechanically was wrong. Still drove. It was fine. I'm gonna put pictures like right now. If I still have them, like how it looked like, or how it was. I ended up fixing it after the insurance company paid us out for the car. They did declare it a total loss, and we ended up keeping the car. They paid it out. They paid us what the value of the car was at its condition, with the damage and the scratches and dents I already had. Like normally a 2000 Honda Accord with like about 178,000 miles, I think it was. It's 178,000 miles, and as far as value market, it's like around 2,200. In really good condition, really good paint. Ours was valued at like 17 and a half, with damage already. But keeping the car and after taxes, they gave us about 16 and a half, around there. So it was still a good amount. Used about, I want to say, $200 just to fix the front end a bit, like new hood, new headlights, kept the bumper. I did need a new like crash bar, front crash bar. I think it's called a crash bar. Well, you know, the bar that goes under the bumper. Needed to be replaced as well. Wasn't really straight, but I was able to straighten out as much as I can with the basic tools that I have at the house, and some like light pulling with like a hammer and like a scissor jack. Not too bad for like, you know, just doing it in my garage, but it wasn't perfect. And then not that long after that, her car just died. Transmission goes out, so it's just pretty much dead. To get a new transmission, new torque converter, and even the computer of the car is starting to act up. The ECU, getting all that replaced would roughly, getting on a hookup with a friend, with the discounts from where he works at his shop, or like getting pretty much parts for it, would run me about 1,800. So what the value of the car is, and a little bit more than we got back, which is not worth it. I decided just to keep it and then get her a new car, and I was gonna try to fix it like little by little and still kind of do what I wanted to do as the project car, but it just wasn't worth it. Yeah, it wasn't worth it. It was just better off either like selling to somebody that's gonna fix it, or find a mechanic that'll take it off our hands. We still have it. It's parked outside. I'm gonna take it back to Kelly so we could give the car to my father-in-law so he could have it fixed. Even though it's not really worth it in my opinion. But he would rather just keep it. The engine's still good. I mean, everything else is fine. Body's not really straight anymore. I mean, not the reservoir, but like the whole body, like there's dents, dings, and all this. So it's not. It's a lot of work. But he wants to keep it, so I'm gonna just give it to him. But I'm gonna take it over there when I have a chance. That being said, I did get my wife a new car. What I got her, I can't show you because it's not here because she's at work. I got her a 2010 Dodge Avenger 3.5 liter RT. Yeah. No, this is the first domestic car, and it's like a love-hate relationship. It's a good car overall, but it does have its like quirks and like issues once in a while. It's like a little like thing. It was bothering me. Yeah, it has its quirks. It's not perfect, but it's actually a good car for like a good, decent V6 that has like it's decent gas mileage, a good space, like plenty of space for a family to start off with. Maintenance is pretty easy. It's easy to just work on the car as well. It's not that hard. It's kind of weird, like certain things, but it's not that bad. It's a front wheel drive. I didn't know that. I thought it was gonna be I thought Avengers were rear wheel drive, but I guess not. And for being an RT, I thought it was gonna be like a V8 front wheel drive because I know there's some of those, but it wasn't a V6. But I mean overall it's not that bad. I got it for like 5K. It came with like 108,000 miles. It is kind of high, but it does have the history of maintenance to back it up. And yeah, like history of maintenance to back it up, so it wasn't really that bad. So it was wasn't really concerned. I mean that's pretty much it. Like besides that, we did get married. I'm not sure if I was married in the last video. I think I was engaged, but we did get married. My daughter is 1 year and 4 months. Yeah, 1 year and 4 months, about to be 5 months at the end of this month. Not much has changed. I mean, I haven't really posted up videos just because I've been busy working and then just taking care of some stuff. Since the Accord isn't the project car anymore, it's gonna be the Avenger. Now, that's good. And saying that it's easier said than done. The Avenger actually has no, and I did not know this at all when I picked up this car. I was very surprised, but the Avenger has no aftermarket support besides 2 kickback exhausts, one by Borla, I think it's Borla? Yeah, one by Borla and then the other one by Mopar. Just a Mopar exhaust, and they're very similar besides the branding, and they cost about the same on their websites. Nothing else. Coilovers by Megan Racing, that's the only thing that's out there. There's some like lowering springs by H&R. Cold air intakes, the only thing that's out there is actually like a short ram intake, but it has the box and it's actually covered with the hood, like it has like the lining, the rubber lining, and that's from K&N, I think it is. Yeah. There's like an aftermarket hood, like a they do carry an aftermarket hood, 2 styles, like an RT style from a Challenger where it has like 2 small hood vents on each side, and then there's a Hellcat style that a lot of people actually pick up more, that I'm more leaning towards on getting later down the line. It just makes the car more aggressive. No spoilers. As far as like aftermarket headlights and tail lights, you could buy OEM style headlights and tail lights, but just smoked. Like the headlights are painted black housings, and then you could get it with an option of like halo lights, but they're more like LEDs, and you could see every LED, which I'm not in the day, like I'm not a fan of. Or where they have like a just a whole strip that's very like, I don't know, it just looks nicer, I guess, like a legit halo. Tail lights, same OEM style, just smoked, which is honestly I could do all that myself on the headlights and tail lights I have right now. I just gotta pick up like the halo kit, which they do sell separately from the headlights, and even if I get a pre-installed with those aftermarket headlights. They're just crazy expensive and stupid. You could just do it yourself and you save way more money. Like I said, there is not a lot of stuff for this car. That's pretty much it. Like there's nothing else. Everything else, there's like anything else you see on Avenger, if you see it on Instagram or like Facebook or whatever or online, it's all custom. It's all like, yeah, it's all custom. It's all retrofitted. There's like 2 Avengers that I seen from 2 guys. One's guy is Pedro, and the other guy, I forgot his name. I don't actually know his name, but I have, they're both I'll tag their Instagram links in the description if you want to check them out. So I do have an idea. I do have a part list of what I want to install in the car. Hellcat hood for sure. Aftermarket wheels, tires. That's always a must. Suspension wise, I'm like leaning towards. I would want to get the coilovers, but I'm leaning towards H&R springs, and then just update the struts, the shocks and struts, into like if I can find like a performance, like not an OEM, but a little bit like more of an upgraded version of it for the shock and struts that should last a bit longer. As far as like body or exterior wise, front lip, I have a front lip saved that's from a different car, and I've seen somebody actually like if you use it on this one and it fits pretty well. It ends up kind of short at the end of the bumpers, but you can't really tell. So I'm planning to get that. Some like universal side splitters, just so it'll follow the line of the front lip, and then the rear bumper, keep it stock. But Pedro, the first guy that I mentioned with the Avenger that actually highly modified his car, he used a diffuser on his that came off a, I think, 2016 Camaro, and he got it from a company called Aero Battle. He got it from like this aero company, I forgot it. And it's pretty, as far as the spoiler, it has like an RT style spoiler already that came from the factory. One of the things that I seen Pedro do, and the second guy with the Avenger that I mentioned in the beginning, is that they added a wicker bill. So that's something I do want to add. The ones they got were actually kind of like pretty tall, and I saved to pick one up. I haven't picked it up, but I saved it, like, you know, saving car parts in the cart. I saved it on the website that I'm getting it from. It's kind of more of a low profile. It's not too big, it's not too tall, so it will just add a little like extra lip to the RT wing that I have right now. Oh, and as far as exhaust, I'm not gonna go with the Borla exhaust. I'm not gonna go with the Mopar exhaust just because they're really pricey. I'm just gonna do something like, something custom. The go-to for cheap exhaust is just cut the muffler, cut the resonator, and I've been researching videos of people doing that on different like Avengers, on like a 3.5, the 3.5, 2.7, 2.5, I think it is, and just kind of like compare the sounds to see what they did, like where they put like what kind of muffler they got, if they got like a Flowmaster Super 44 or a Super 10, where they placed it, what size what diameter of piping they use. The tips also make a difference. If they got any aftermarket resonator to replace the stock one that's in the car, or they added like a second one, or added glass packs, or they go with cherry bomb. So I researched a lot of things, or like what's the other one? Magnaflow, yeah, or like Magnaflow exhaust. So like people pretty much just piece together mufflers and resonators and kind of go off from that. That's the route that I took. I already started the exhaust. Didn't get the muffler yet. I have a muffler. I'm going with cherry bomb just because I feel like it goes well with a domestic car. So I got 2 glass packs, one shorter, one that's I think an 18. No, it's like 12 inches long. 12 inches? Yeah, it's a glass pack that's 12 inches long. And then the other cherry bomb glass pack is 22 inches. So I have one, the 18 inches. I got installed right after the flex pipe in the 3.5 liter Avenger. The 22 inch glass pack from Cherry Bomb is replacing the stock resonator. I saw a video of a guy putting the 22, cutting the OEM and then putting a 22 right after the flex pipe, right after the cats, and with a stock muffler. And it gave it more of a rumble, and it wasn't loud. But I want something that's a bit louder, but nothing too crazy, because again, it's a daily driver. It's a family car, so, and we do take trips to Cali, so I'm not trying to go too loud. And if I get past that point, I'm gonna have to go back, which is fine. A little money I would have to waste, but nothing so crazy when you take it to, like, you know, just like standard muffler shop here in Vegas. The Cherry Bomb Extreme that I went to, as far as inlets and outlets, I went with the one that's a 3-inch inlet and then a 2.5 outlet. That way I could keep the stock tips. That's pretty much it. This video is probably gonna be really long too, just cause I talked more than I really wanted to. This was supposed to be more of just a catch-up video to see what what's going on. I'll probably trim down the Avenger part, if anything, or just take it out and save it for another day. I think that's pretty much it. Hopefully I'm able to continue this, maybe at least a video or two a week, or when I get parts. I have parts already lined up for the Avenger and some like DIY type things that I want to do on my days off, which would be most likely until next week. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. That's pretty much it. I feel like there's something else I gotta say. No, I think that's it. Uses.